Okay, after doing a little bit of research, I looked at their uniforms, and there's really not a cuff that stands out, but we're going to put a little cuff on his arms because they do have some little gold buttons and stuff in the front, and you won't see it on this because of the flag being in the way and such. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a little cuff right here, just a small one. Alright, just a small one. It's not real distinctive. There is a small cuff, but it's very, very small. And what we're going to do is we're going to put two little dots there at the end of the cuff. We're going to bring the hand in just a tad, you know, that it goes underneath that cuff. And the same thing over here. We're just going to do a little cut right there. Now his boots are brown. I found that out. The other thing that we're going to do is bring that down a little bit, like so. Okay. And we're going to just put a little bit of a cuff there. Again, we're going to have that arm or that hand go underneath that cuff at the end there. And he has brown. Now his hands are going to be brown because they wear brown gloves. Now I could put the brown gloves all the way to the top, like this is part of the glove. I have to think that one over. So that just might look better. Yeah, that might look better. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. Like I said, this is the first time I'm doing one of these, so I really had to research it a little bit to see what's what. I was reading the amount of money they spend on their uniforms per year. It's quite a bit. But it's definitely, when you see one, you know what you're looking at, for sure. Our state police are known that way too. They have a distinct way they look, and with the Smokey the Bear hat here in Pennsylvania. I don't think New Jersey has that. I think New Jersey has just a standard hat. Okay, the other thing we're going to do is we're just going to make, they have two little black things coming off their shoulders with a little gold dot in it, so we're going to just do that to dress this up a little bit. So we're going to do that and that and one going across. Okay, same thing over here. We're going to 1 and 2 and one going across. And there we go. Alright. And again, we're going to make that look like it's raised up a little bit. And we're just going to clean it up here and there. And that's pretty well it, folks. We're not going to do a lot more. I might make that his gloves. I didn't think of it, because some of them wear the long gloves, some of them the short gloves. So, you know, I'll paint it one way. If it doesn't look right, I can do it the other way. I think that would look kind of nice having the glove come all the way up, since they really don't have a cuff. If I decide to go with the cuff, and you'll see that on the finished thing, then I'll have the two little gold buttons on it. But I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do with that yet. But make sure you take all the rough spots off. I'm going to go back over this whole thing and really... oh, one other thing here. Right here is the flag. So we're going to just put... Okay, I have one line here, right? And I have another line here. Oh, we got one other thing to do. We've got to put the band around his head. I noticed they have a dark band going around. How I could have missed that. I certainly don't want to miss carving that in here, because I think that will make that hat stand out even better than just plain one color. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife and I'm just going to follow that all the way around. You can do it either way. You can go backwards or forward, but just be very careful if you do it the way I'm doing it. It's just, I'm following the line. And alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little sliver off the top and make that raise up a little bit. Alright. And so when I go to paint it, you'll definitely see the difference. You can already see the difference, see? And that just breaks that hat up a little bit. I like that. Now, I looked at the hats. Now, the ones that were it's hard to tell which ones were the real pictures and which ones were like a movie or whatever, you know, depiction of it. And when I looked it up, all these hats were a tan color with a dark band around it. So that's exactly what we'll do. We'll go ahead and put a dark brown, a tan. The coat will be red, brown gloves. We're going to make a silver stick out of the bottom part of the thing. Brown boots, brown belt. Okay, this part's going to be brown. And that will probably be it. You know, and then we'll have a little brown mustache and beard and eyebrows and such, and toned color, flesh color for the other. But I think that will be the extent of it. Now, one other thing I want to do before we close here is I'm going to put a little V cut, just a nice little small V cut. One, okay, and two. Is that right? Yeah, we're going to come up here this way a little bit. And we're going to paint that little insignia on the flag a little bit later. Alright, so that's what this will be like. We're going to trim this down just a little bit so there's no really harsh drop-offs here. Again, I'm going to go back and take care of this. I'm going to try to get it as close to the colors of Canadian Mountie. And my last video will be the next one I do when it's all painted. Okay, so that's what we're working on, and I'm going to go back over it and touch it up everywhere, redefine my lines, especially here with the jacket and the body here. That needs to come out a little bit more. There we go. See, there we have a distinct line. And that's it, folks. Alright, and we'll be back with a final painted version of the sitting Canadian Mountie. Alright, take care. Bye-bye.